The Miracle of Universe 7. How should you build LR Frieza and Goku's hidden potential? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we are talking about the LR INT Tag Final Form Frieza and Goku, the Universe 7's will to fight. This is the last of the 10th anniversary LRs that we know of so far, and in this video we're going to be talking about what they're doing and how to build their hidden potential. They are in a bit of an odd place, and I'll talk about why that is as we go through their kit. So let's go ahead and let's start with the Frieza side of things, right? This is a tag character after all. So they are Battle of Fate, category key 4, HP attack and defense 220%, right? They are the new era of Carnival LRs with that additional 20%. On their 18 key in the Frieza form, he is massively raising his attack, greatly raising defense for the turn, causing mega colossal damage with a great chance of stunning the enemy. On the 12 key, they are greatly raising attack and defense for the turn and causing colossal damage while lowering attack. So, I mean, really helpful having that stun on the 18 key. This is really helpful in fights like Battle Hardened Formidable Foes, giving that little last minute stun as you float them off. They are a floater to start, and we'll talk about, I mean, unless it's safe to put them in slot 2, right? And we'll kind of show that. But I mean, having 100% raise, like massively raise, is really, really good. I wish both their attack and defense was massively raised, but we'll take it, right? So a 100% raise into a 50% raise, that's going to be pretty good on the attack, you know, and then just the 250% raises for the defense. Now, the passive on the Frieza side thing, this is where things get interesting because his passive is designed not for turn 1, we'll say that. So he has key 7 attack and defense 200%. He launches an additional attack that has a 70% chance of becoming a super attack and receives an additional 2 key per rainbow key share obtained. For the first 2 turns of his entry turn, he gives reps of Universe 7 or Battle of Fate category allies attack and defense 77%. When attacking, he gets 150% attack and defense and an additional key 7 and 77% attack when HP is 77% or less. Now, here's what I mean, right? He starts as this, but with that additional attack, you can't have this turn 1. In Battle Hardened Formidable Foes, the new sort of short SBR style event, you can definitely pull this off on turn 1. But for most other fights, you're not seeing this turn 1. And by the time you see him again, you're going to want to switch into Goku. So this is a really odd line that they chose, the 77% or less. If it was 77% or more, I feel like it would have made more sense. But it is what it is. Now, when he receives an attack, he has 50% damage reduction, again, as long as you're below that 77% or less. Now, I do believe, because it's not at the start of turn, this can proc mid-turn. So if your first or second attacker takes some damage that drops you below 77%, then it should proc. I could be wrong here. Somebody in the comments can correct me, but I believe since it is not from the start of the turn, I believe it does it'll, like Gohan. In Gohan, for example, his damage reduction, I believe it can proc mid-turn. Now, when all allies on the same turn are super class, self-excluded, he performs a critical hit and launches a guaranteed additional, right? And that is because, right, he doesn't include himself because he is technically an extreme unit. Now, when all allies are extreme, he launches 2 super attacks, right? So if you're leading an extreme Battle of Fate, it's actually kind of better for him, just to get that extra defense raises. And then starting from the 4th turn of battle, he can exchange with Goku. So if he starts turn 2, he's exchanging on his next appearance. If he starts turn 3, he's exchanging on turn 5. Now, he does have an active skill, and that active skill is the Miracle of Universe 7, which will greatly raise attack temporarily, causing ultimate damage to the enemy, and within the turn that it's activated, all attacks become critical hits, and it can be activated from the 4th turn once only, right? So if you use Frieza's active skill, you can't use Goku's now, and vice versa. If you use Goku's, you can't use Frieza's now. The thing about this is you don't want to use this, at least not right away, right? Until you have tagged with Goku. Once you've tagged with Goku, now things switch up a little bit. Now he is greatly raising attack and massively raising defense for the turn, and causing mega colossal damage with a great chance of stunning the enemy. And I believe those attack raises are infinite. There's no comma here, but I'm actually going to pull it up in game here just to confirm. But I'm pretty sure in the Goku, those attack raises are infinite. Yes, for some reason the comma is not there on the 12 key, but on the 12 key, it is infinite. So the 18 key he doesn't stack, but he does stack on the 12 key. His basic effects perform a exchange with Frieza, so you can, just like all the other tags, you can just exchange whenever you want. He has key 7 and attack and defense 200%. He guards all attacks and receives an additional key 2 per rainbow key sphere. When attacking, he launches an additional super attack as long as you have HP 77% or more. He has attack and defense 100% and defense 77% when HP is 77% or more. For every key sphere obtained, he gets attack and defense 17%. He gets damage reduction rate 59% with a rainbow key sphere, as well as effective against all types, right? So the Goku is actually, again, the design is weird because you can't get Goku till turn 5 or turn 4, but he is more like what you want on turn 1 because his are HP 77% or more. The Frieza, unfortunately, with that last means he's more likely to be useful in the final parts of the fight. So realistically with the Frieza, you kind of just want to float him off. That's kind of the play. I mean, he can do okay depending on how things are looking in slot 2 if you want to keep him on, but just know that ideally what you're going to be doing is the moment you can, reverse exchange him into Goku and then start allowing Goku to stack on that 12 key, right? As long as you get the, as long as you are 77% or more, right, you are going to have at least 1 additional attack in there. 2 if you've got the hidden potential. And he is actually really, really good in slot 1, provided you get the orbs, right? And you get at least 1 rainbow orb for that 59% damage reduction. He can actually hold down slot 1 with the defense, the damage reduction, and the guard. And then, of course, he does have his own active skill, which can be recover 77% HP, gives him an additional 59% attack for the turn, and changes Fizz key spheres to rainbow key spheres. And, of course, once you do this, you cannot use the Miracle of Universe 7. So, realistically, the way you play this card is stall with Frieza till you can exchange with Goku, let Goku stack until you're ready to tag back into Frieza, and activate the Miracle of Universe 7. It's essentially what you do with Vegito and Gogeta, just like, without the counters or the, or the massive boost to all allies, right? But, I mean, the actual active skill, if you let Goku stack up enough, can actually do a lot of damage. So it is good. So, with that in mind, the question is, how do you build this hidden potential? Well, it's actually kind of obvious. This is really only one way to do it, to make them do what they're designed to do well. We can see that as an int type, they kind of naturally have dodge, right? They get 20% into their dodge. So, I would not prioritize the dodge actually as an int type, right? I would actually prioritize the additional attack. What that additional attack is going to allow them to do is allow Goku to get at least 1 extra stack per turn. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it's really necessary to ensure that the active skill does what it needs to do. It also helps Frieza survive a little bit more defensively on those turns leading into the exchange with Goku because of the extra defense stacks he'll be getting. You don't need critical hits because, the moment you start active, Goku has effective against all types, and then Frieza, when you're ready to do the active skill, he's going to get guaranteed critical hit anyway, so you don't need critical hit. So primary combo attack, right? As an int type, he's going to get up to 15, 25 if you fully invest, which will give you a 50% chance to do an additional attack with an additional super. And then Ghost Sub Dodge is an int type. You're going to have around 11 dodge, which is not a lot, but you know, if you throw in like a combo evasion, you're going to end up with, you know, around 20, which is 20% chance. It's not terrible. It'll be enough to get the job done. So guys, that is it for the video. That is my recommendation for the hidden potential for the LR, Goku, and Frieza. Additionals and evasion are the way to go. If you guys liked the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know, how would you build your LR, Goku, and Frieza, the Miracle of Universe 7? Would love to hear the different builds you guys come up with in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.